We've been sanding a lot, we've been vacuuming a lot. Got a lot of the main parts really sanded, as you can see here. A lot of sanding we've been doing here, a lot of sanding. So, next thing we gotta do though is the touch-ups. I mean, we can sand these flatter surfaces pretty easy with the electronic sander or the palm sander, but we cannot sand these corners. It's hard to see, but these are actually rounded edges. You know, there's parts in here that's just too close to get with the sander. So that's where the old hand sander with a little bit of sandpaper works real good. This is where it's just a little bit more manual. This is the part where I would not want to do this with an actual hand. Wouldn't want to do the whole thing with a sanding block like this. That would just take forever. It would be too rough. But this works real well to get these rounder parts, and that's what happens when you've been working for a while. You get a little clumsy. But anyways, you go ahead and sand these rounder parts, going around the real tight edges of all this, and that way, again, once we get our primer down, maybe 1 or 2 coats of primer, and then we put some paint on this, it'll actually stick and hold up. With little kids, they're going to be all over this. They're going to be climbing, they're going to be having a good old time, and we don't want all the paint to get scuffed up and, you know, coming off and peeling, and it just wouldn't be very good if that were to occur. It would be more of a pain than anything else. Now, let's see if we can open this up. Yeah, see, this is where we could not get the actual sander in, but this thing works perfect. And I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, why doesn't he pull this drawer out? Isn't some of the dust going to go in there? Yes, it is. I'm going to have to get that out at a later point. You know, the problem is, and you can see there's some dust in here. These are really nice cupboards, by the way. The problem, though, is that these cupboards, this is a kid's bed, you know, specifically more of a younger kid's bed. These drawers don't actually pull all the way out. They do not come out. They're actually in there somehow. I don't know what the fastening mechanism is, but you know, that is something that we have to just be aware of, that this is kind of a constraint of what we're doing, but you know what, this project is going to be great in the end. So stay with me, we'll go through the next steps, and hopefully over time we will turn this into a wonderful princess castle.